Hey guys, I just pulled into Trough Creek State Park. I'm gonna be camping here a couple nights. We're gonna go hike a few of the trails, and then I should be able to check into my campsite and get set up. And I think I'm gonna be doing some hiking, and I brought my bike along. There's some gravel roads through the state forest. I think that should make for a nice ride. Um, So I parked at Rothrock and came up the trail from there, and now I'm on the Ledges Trail, which obviously goes along the ledge of this hill and should give us some pretty nice views. This is one of the nice views off of this trail. This is the balanced rock. So I finished up my hike, and this is the campground here. Came down and set up my campsite. And it's only a little after 4, so now that I've got everything set up and settled in, and I'll probably go for another walk. I've got electric, so I've got heat. So that should work out pretty well. It's not going to get too cold tonight. I got some firewood so I can have some fires. Fortunately, we had a storm last night, so the burn ban should be lifted. But it's just a beautiful place here if you got nice weather in the fall. So, well, it's Friday. I was planning on riding my bike today, but it's pretty cold this morning. It's in the 30s when I got up, so I decided to take a hike, and afternoon it should be warmer and I'll ride my bike then. But it's really pretty morning. Just had to put an extra layer on. This is the Boulder Trail. This is the Boulder Trail. This is how we get up to the top of Terrace Mountain. It's rocky, it's a hill, but so check this out. Looks like this tree grew up and pushed some of this rock up, separated it. Well, now I'm heading out for a bike ride. Warming up a little bit on Trough Creek Road, or drive, or whatever it is. Then I'm going to head up Terrace Mountain Road, and then John Bum Road, and then loop back around on an old gravel road. Well, I think a lot of it's going to be gravel road, but should make a loop, about 10 miles. So it's finally warmed up a bit and the sun feels good. So we'll check out these forest roads. I came down the gravel roads. John Bum Road was pretty nice and flowy. Came down through a youth forestry camp, and then I got some pavement, and now I'm stopped here to give my hands a rest because they've been on the brakes for a while. But it looks like there's a furnace here and a civilian conservation corps camp back behind me. It was really cold this morning when I got up, so I went for a hike. Ended up hiking a few miles, and real rocky terrain, but it was real beautiful. Big boulders and rock formations and things. And then I came back to camp, had some lunch, got the bike out, climbed up Terrace Mountain Road, which was a climb. And John Bum Road was real nice. Just ended up getting 15 miles in, riding around the gravel roads, mostly in the state forest. And yeah, I came back to camp, got cleaned up, and had some, well, I laid in the hammock for a little bit, and then I had some dinner and walked off dinner a little bit, and now I'm having a fire. It's just campground's really starting to fill up now, but it's a real nice place. Great place to camp in the fall. Probably be nice in the summer too, because you could bring the kayak and get out on Raystown Lake. It was cold last night. I tossed and turned a little bit, but probably got okay rest. I'm heading out for a morning hike, and then get back to my site hopefully by lunchtime, have lunch, pack up camp, and then not really sure if I'm gonna go for another bike ride or another hike, but I'm gonna take the Brumbaugh Trail, which is on that side of the creek, and I've not hiked this one before, so I figured I'd try something new. I won't show it on video, but I just passed a partial porcupine carcass. I know they're in the area because you can see evidence of them eating the trees and the pavilions in the park and about everything else. Now we get to the very top of the hill. You can see down the other side, there's Raystown Lake down there. Once the leaves fall off the tree, you'll be able to actually see it better. It's windy up here. So far, pretty good walk. Down on the other side of that ridge, I don't have that wind anymore. So when the sun comes out, it warms me back up. I was getting chilly up there. Time for a chickpea wrap and some hot chicken bouillon. Well, after lunch I tore down camp, and the sun's coming out, but it's still pretty breezy and cool. But I figured I'd just relax here in the hammock for a few minutes, and then I'll head out. I think I'm going to do a short little hike, probably just go up to the ledges overlook or something like that again, and you know, then drive home. I thought about going for a bike ride, but when I was walking up that Brumbaugh trail, climbing up the mountain, I could tell my legs were too tired to pedal up another hill, so I might just relax and call it a weekend. I decided to go up the Ledges Trail again before I leave. I hope you enjoyed my adventures at Trough Creek State Park as I explored through the gorge along Trough Creek just before it flows into Raystown Lake. A lot of good hiking here. Nice spot to camp. It just has a small campground, 27 sites. It's considered rustic camping as they only have pit toilets and no running water and sinks and showers and whatnot. But all 27 sites do have electric, which is handy in the fall, and that's the only time I've been here. I camped a couple times in October if I find a warm sunny weekend, but it is nice to, you know, have some heat for the cold nights. But you know, for a couple nights camping, you don't really need all the other amenities. Several points of interest in the park that are worth checking out, from Copper's Rock to the ledge overlook, which is where I currently am. There's the Balanced Rock, we saw that. The suspension bridge. Up closer to the lake, there's an old ice mine and ruins of an old dam. And connecting all of these things and also running up through the state forest on adjacent property are several miles worth of really nice trails to hike. I hiked all 3 days I was here. Just, I mean, there's a lot of climbing because they all go up the sides of the mountains, but real pretty area, especially in the fall. A couple of the trails are within the state park, but several of the trails start in the state park and go into the state forest. So in Rothrock State Forest are a number of gravel forest roads that wind their way around the mountainsides, which made for a really nice bike ride the one day. There are so many more roads I could have explored if I had time. I was going to ride today, but it was just so windy and chilly in the morning, and my legs were tired from hiking up all the hills. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I tell you what, now that I'm up here, it's so warm and sunny. I'm starting to second guess myself. But so many areas to explore on bike, on foot. Been here in the fall, but I think it would be nice to come in the summer as well, because you got Raystown Lake, which is really big, you know, right next door. And you know, you could bring the kayak and go kayaking. There's also Alagrippus trails on the other side of the lake for mountain biking. Those are supposed to be really nice. I've never been on them. And I mean, even the hiking in the summer would be great as well. But 2 years ago, also in October, is the first time I switched from tent camping to truck camping, and this is where I did it. And I was looking for a getaway this weekend, and the weather looked decent, and I had good memories of this park, and I wanted to come and experience it again, and I'm glad I did. I always have a nice time here. It's quiet, it's beautiful, and just so much nice scenery, and just there's no cell service. You get away and you just enjoy nature for a couple days, and then you go back home. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.